Hey guys, so I'm going to do my labor and delivery update. Sorry I didn't do it yesterday. I just didn't feel good after I did that one video. So this is gonna be quick because I have to pump in a little bit. So, um, Wednesday the 18th at about what was it? 4:15 in the morning. I felt like I had to go pee. Sorry, so kind of have a cough. I have a. I'll explain why I have the cough later. At about 4:15 in the morning, I felt like I had to go pee, so I went to the bathroom. I peed, and then I had trickles that just came out after that. And I was like, okay, I seriously think my water broke. So I go and I tell my mom, and she's like, well, my mom's water never broke. My mom never had contractions. She had no natural labors or anything, so I shouldn't know like what to expect or anything. And my dad was like, you're fine, you're fine. But she's like, okay, call labor and delivery and just ask them. So I called them, and I was sitting on my bed while I was calling them, and they told me to go in. So I got up, and I felt like I had to pee again. So on my way to the bathroom, a gush comes out, and I was like, okay, this is definitely my water. So I'm like, Mom, bring me clothes, like I just like wet myself. And then another gush comes out, and I'm just like, okay, this is definitely my water. So I change, we get ready, and I leave to the hospital. I was extremely nervous. I was frustrated because I was like, I do not have his diaper bag. I do not have my own bag. I do not have his car seat. I do not have his stroller. I had nothing, like nothing practically. I had just had my baby shower that Saturday, so I was like, oh my gosh, this is insane. So, we get to the hospital, and my mom was like, do you want me to drop you off in the front? I was like, no, I'll walk, it's fine. So I get out of the car, and a gush comes out. And I'm just like, holy crap. And then, like, we're walking into the hospital, and another gush comes out, and I'm like, oh, Jesus. So I go into the triage, and they check me in and everything. I had to pee. I had to give a pee sample. So I did that right when I got there. And obviously, like, I wiped and everything, so I have no water left. So what they do to check if it was your water, they kind of use, like, this tape thing and, like, swipe, and if it turns a certain color, then it's your water. So the lady tried that, and I don't know, water or nothing out. So we're waiting, and a gush comes out, and I'm like, okay, nurse, I think my water is, like, keep coming out. So she checked it, and it definitely was my water. So she's getting everything ready. She's admitting me. A doctor comes in and does an ultrasound. Baby's head down. He's perfect for natural labor. So they're admitting me. They have to ask me questions, and then they send me to get an ultrasound to measure him because I was only 34 weeks and 2 days. So when I got there, the ultrasound tech, he was about 6 pounds, 14 ounces, 13 ounces, around there. So, he was good weight. So they checked me in. I got to the hospital at about 5 in the morning. I didn't get into my labor and delivery room until about 8 in the morning. I'm waiting, and they basically told me they're going to let my body go into labor naturally. A couple hours passed by, and they're like, you know what, her water broke. We want to get this baby out as soon as possible. So they start me on Pitocin. And I was on Pitocin for about 10 hours that day. They didn't want to check me a lot because I had a higher risk of infection because my water did break. So they checked me once between those 10 hours, and I was completely closed. My cervix was not soft. It was not opening, nothing at all. When I was in the triage, I did not get my Group B strep test done. So they tested it in my urine and it came out positive, so I had to have antibiotics through my whole labor. And that was the worst thing in the world. It goes through your IV and it burns so bad. So I cannot tell you guys how bad that burns. Like, I had contractions that went up to 100 and I didn't even, like, those did nothing to me. But the penicillin burnt so bad. So that was probably the worst thing about my whole labor. So after the Pitocin, because doctors changed shifts and nurses changed shifts, so this new doctor came in and he checked me, and I was still closed completely. So what he wants to do next is he tells me he's gonna put a pill down there that's supposed to help me open, dilate, and thin my cervix out. So this pill is supposed to be in there for 4 hours. This is supposed to make me open. He said if that at least makes you open half a centimeter, he's gonna try this balloon thing. That's supposed to open your cervix. We try the pill 4 hours after. He checks me, nothing. We try the pill again, nothing. This new doctor comes in, and she says, okay, we're gonna try the pill again. We try the pill again, nothing. By this time, it was, I don't know. I don't even remember what time it was. So this was like 12 hours later. Then we tried the pill 3 times. We could not try the balloon because I was not open at all. I wasn't even open at the tip of a finger. So, she tells me, okay, I had not eaten for like 30 hours by this time. The last time I ate was Tuesday at like 6:30 p.m. And Tuesday was my mom's birthday. So, that's the last time I ate. I did not eat all day Wednesday. Thursday, at about noon, the doctor comes in and she's like, okay, I'm going to let you shower. And I'm going to let you eat whatever you want. So, and she says, right after that, we're going to start the Pitocin again. And I was like, okay. So I shower, I eat at Taco Bell. And we start the Pitocin. I started the Pitocin at 8. Well, how much was it? Like the amount, 8 something. I forgot. The most you could go up to is 20. And I was having contractions. I was having frequent contractions. But they weren't doing anything to me. I mean, I was having them. I felt the pressure, but they were not painful to me. I did not get any pain medicine during my whole labor. So, I'm done eating and everything. They come in, they put the Pitocin back in. And she says, okay, we're going to try this again. If you go up to 20 and you are not open, then we'll see what we do. So, every half hour it would go up. So it was 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. So I was on the Pitocin for about another 5 hours maybe. By the time I got to 20, that doctor was supposed to change shifts. This was at about 8:30 p.m., 8 p.m. because I think they changed shifts at 8. So, this new doctor comes in, she's like, okay, I see what's going on and everything. She checks me. I'm still completely closed. By this time, I've been in labor for 36 hours. I'm definitely not going to open. My my cervix is just not going to open. Holy crap, I'm already at 10 minutes. I need to hurry. Okay. My cervix is not going to open. So she tells me, since I'm only 34 weeks and 2 days, she calls a specialist. And the specialist says, you know what, go ahead and do the C-section because she's not going to open. So she comes in, it's about 8:30, and she says, okay, we're going to go ahead and do the C-section. I was kind of relieved because I did not want to have him in there without any amniotic fluid at all. My membranes did rupture, so it was a high risk for him to get an infection, for me to get an infection. So my boyfriend's at work because we thought, okay, if I'm not opening, I'm not going to open for a while. My boyfriend's at work and he doesn't get out until 11:30. So I call him and I'm like, you know what, like, I'm getting a C-section. The doctor said it's going to be in the next half an hour to an hour. So they had to prep me for the C-section. They had the NICU doctor come in and tell me, you know what, this is what can happen since you're so early. You know, I understood that. The anesthesiologist, the doctor who was going to do the C-section. And, just a second. So, they come and they do that. My boyfriend comes running in at, like, the perfect timing. So they take me in and everything. They prep me. They do my epidural. Since I was so short, they couldn't give me the whole medicine because I was too short and it's supposed to numb you a certain amount. He didn't put it all in, but even though he didn't put it all in, it numbed me up to my whole neck, which made it hard to breathe for me, and you have to lay right on your back. And when you're pregnant and you have to lay on your back, it's very hard. Okay, so they finally let my boyfriend in. I did not feel, when they started to cut me, I did not feel anything. So they started to cut me, and I'm just like, did they cut me already? And they're like, yeah. So they're, you know, you feel the tugging, the pulling. It's not painful at all. The one thing that was painful is when they push on your stomach, when they push down on your stomach to get the baby out. Oh my god. That was extreme pressure for me. My face turned purple. Purple. I felt like I was suffocating. They got him out and he started to cry, which made me cry. So they got him out and he was born at 10:38 p.m. He was 6 pounds, 8 ounces, 19 3/4 inches long. I did not get to see him right after because he was a preemie. So, they dried him up and everything. My boyfriend got to cut the cord. And they took him right away. They showed me, oh, here's your baby, you know. And I'm just like, okay, give me, you know, I want to see my baby closer. But they couldn't. They had to take him to the NICU right away. Shoot, I need to end this like soon. So the surgery was not long. I mean, it wasn't painful at all. I was in recovery for about 2 hours, 2.5 hours. After I was done recovery, they took me to go see him in the NICU. It was the saddest thing in the world. My baby was attached to a bunch of things. He had like this thing on his nose to help him breathe. I mean, it was the saddest thing ever. It was really hard for me to see that. I started crying. My boyfriend started crying. I mean, you never want to see your baby like that. Especially if it looks like, you know, they're in pain or they're suffering. So that was that. I could not go see him in the NICU until I was able to walk. Until they got me up walking. Took my catheter out and everything. So this was the next day at about noon, 1-ish. I went to go see him again. It was, oh my god, it was the hardest thing in the world. But he is my world. I love him to death. He's doing so much better now. I'll do an update on him for you guys, but, this is basically my labor and delivery story. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and, ask me. I'll answer anything. So, thank you guys for watching. Bye.